When I beat you on power rule, you going to bed, nigga. That's gonna teach you to respect real niggas.
Don't get tucked in, pussy.
Bitch, I got money now.
What's the deal, man? It's Boy McClain, doing McClain TV. Back again, another video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We gotta talk about the recent tweets with Nicki Minaj. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I was on my non-YouTube moments. I didn't feel like doing on YouTube. I didn't feel like being on camera. I ain't feel like talking. I ain't got my setup like I used to. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, I got to turn the camera on and talk. Y'all got to get through work. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry for y'all helping y'all. I'm sorry for not giving y'all content to get through the work day. I know my subscribers who watch me, y'all want something to get through the work day. You know what I'm saying? So, apologize about that. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about Nicki Minaj coming out saying that they was sacrificing kids and blood and they worship Satan and who shot John, right? First thing first, Nicki Minaj is a reliable source to say something like that. Very reliable. You got to understand that she came from it. You know what I'm saying? She came from it. But here's the thing. It's all about division. Division. You know what everybody gonna say? Girl, how can you say that about what's whoop-de-whoop when your brother did this, your brother did that, your husband this, your husband that? You know what I'm saying? And Nicki Minaj, she coming out speaking against it. Kanye West came out spoke against it. But they both participated in it. Like, she sacrificed her daddy, he sacrificed his mama. You know what I'm saying? They speaking out against it because, like I said, y'all, there's two Illuminatis. You got the Trump side and you got the regular Illuminati side. You notice everybody who speaks out about this Epstein stuff is sided with Trump. Everybody who was sided, so you really got two Illuminati. I'm gonna put two faces on it. Obama, Trump. Whoever sided with Obama, and even if you sided with Obama in the past, but if you have switched up and now you're talking with Trump, you have now changed positions. You're on Trump's side. If you was with Obama back in the day, you know what I'm saying, that's the two Illuminatis. So if you notice, everybody speaking out. Candace Owens, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj on Trump's side. All right? Meaning they're protected. The Clintons and Obama can't kill them because they are under protection. That's why they're so confident they can talk about this. Oh, we got power now. We got protection now. Y'all just can't infiltrate. Like, we fired all your goons. We fired everybody who was like that. We took your power away. You know what I'm saying? When it was George Bush on the red side and John Kerr and on the blue side and Bill Clinton, they were cool. They were cool with the nonsense and the child sacrifice. They was cool with that. Trump, he cool with it too, but he ain't cool with it. You know what I'm saying? He's not cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Because, in my personal opinion, I think they got in Trump when he was a kid. I think he grew up on them islands. You know, I think it's something personal with him. That's one of my theories. But Trump cool with it, but he ain't cool with it, and he don't like the direction that the blue side was doing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all think in y'all head that when all this information coming out, that is gonna change something. You know what I'm saying? All it does is fulfill their agenda of getting the word out there. How can we get it out there that we do this and we can continue to do this? You know what I'm saying? That's why when I steal, I like to tell people, man, I'm a rob you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, be on the lookout if some of your stuff go missing. They laugh it off. And then they be like, yo, who ate my Starburst? I'm like, bro, I told you I steal, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all about telling you what I'm gonna do. And Nicki Minaj is a whole Satanist herself. Like, she done did satanic stuff in all her videos, her shows, her movies. You know what I'm saying? She did a whole exorcism on stage one time. You know, and she's not out. She's still in the limelight. But like I said, it's two separate satanic parties. You know what I'm saying? And the other side, they gonna say they worship Satan either. You know? But they have to do that because they want to get in power. They want to get in power. They want to take Jay-Z's out. They want to get rid of Obama's. They want to get in power so they can push their new agenda. You know what I'm saying? What their agenda is money. Money, capitalism, divided society, not a chaotic society, just divided. And it's still chaotic. You know, like I said, they work together, man. They work together. Like the Democrats pushed all that LGBT stuff just to shake society up and piss us off, just for Trump to come in and do it. And now the people who was already set to support LGBT is now mad at Trump. So Trump is, like I said, y'all, they still working together. It's all about division. You know what I'm saying? But Nicki Minaj coming out talking about that type of stuff actually hurts us. She's not educated enough, and she's not taken serious enough. We need a martyr like a J. Cole to come out and talk about it. You know, and you have to present this information. You know, what is wrong with these people? You have to present this information outside of a tweet. This is how this information is supposed to be delivered. You need a white man. America only gonna respect the white man. I'm sorry. You need a white man or a well-respected black man. But a black man, they gonna call him militant. You need a white man, right? And this white man has to be very famous, very respected, and very loved. Not Tom Brady. Tom Brady came out and said he do witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with doing witchcraft. Y'all, I do witchcraft. I don't know why witchcraft is such a bad hate. I put lemons under my bed to attract evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time my girl came to my crib, and she like, why you got lemons on your bed? I put lemons under my bed and my son's bed to absorb spirits. I put cups of salt in all corners of my house once a month to absorb spirits. You know, I burn sage, and I still pray to Jesus. And I don't know why people be like, oh, Dwayne, you can't serve two masters. Who said you can't? Who said you can't? Who said you can't work a full-time job and sell dope on the side? I do both. I sell dope and I work a full-time job. I've been doing it my whole life. Who said you can't serve two masters? Y'all crazy as I don't know what, man. Anyways, Tom Brady do different types of witchcraft. You know, he ain't trying to cleanse his house. He trying to, you know, he doing something else. Anyways, Tom Brady, but a figure like Tom Brady, you need a press conference. You need a press conference. You need a suit and tie and a bald head white man, and you need to get women and children scared. Yes, I gotta make that video about who really run America. The middle-aged white woman runs America, right? I'm gonna break this down to you on how she runs America. 70% of our workforce, of our infrastructure, are white males, right? White males. These white males, so they make 70% of the infrastructure. 60% of them are married. So if all these white males are married, meaning they like to come home to a peaceful house. They not about to be out here cheating. Most white males don't be alone. They be married. So he's not about to come home and have his wife aggravate him and have her be scared. So you must protect the white man's wife. The white man's wife is what run America. You must get the white man's wife terrified about children getting eaten and babies getting eaten in satanic cults. How do you do that? You have to get the news station. YouTube ain't gonna cut it. Because when Charlie Kirk died, I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was, bro. I don't watch Charlie. I watched Candace Owens, but when he died, I'm like, why is he so important? Now that we all got our own algorithms, we all got our own YouTubes, we all got our own stuff, we not about to know who everybody is. We not on one spectrum. When it was the 90s and 80s, when we all had one television, we all watched the same thing. But you might be watching something else, you might watch something else. We all on a different aspect. YouTube ain't gonna do it. We gotta see on YouTube. We need somebody who big on YouTube and on the internet. and he has to do a press conference with like how JFK is the perfect example of this. JFK got to come out and say it. Donald Trump ain't respected because he's so hated by he loved by so many and hated by so many. So if he come up talking about, oh yeah, they sacrificing babies, it's a satanic cult, yeah, they eating babies, you know, people gonna be like, whatever, Trump, you was eating them too, you was on Epstein Island, we'll throw something. You gotta get somebody clean cut, blue collar. Charlie Kirk would have been cool, but he lined himself up with Trump. You can't line yourself up with Trump. Line yourself up with Trump, you immediately get 100, no, at least you get enemies, bro. You get enemies. Let's say you get enemies. So you immediately get 100 million people disliking you. The country is 300 million people in the country. 100 million hate Trump. 100 million hate Trump. 200 million, 150 million rock with him. 50 million don't care. But a solid 100 hate him. So if you line yourself up with Trump trying to deliver that message about babies getting eaten and satanic sacrifices, you done. So Nicki Minaj tweeting it. I know people seen it. Dwayne, did you see her tweet that? Oh my God, Nicki Minaj is exposing. She ain't exposing. She ain't exposing because nobody gonna take her serious. You know what I'm saying? You got a song called My Anaconda Don't. And you got that big fake butt, and you married to a guy who's on this offenders list. Your message won't get taken serious. You know what I'm saying? People in today's society, this is the most judgmental, carefree, judgmental society I've ever seen. If you ain't perfect, oh, they judging you. Let you be out of shape. The internet will kill you. Oh man, you need to hit the gym, bro. You need to hit the gym. You need to hit the gym. You gotta be perfect today. Perfect. Let you be regular. Oh man, it's a wrap for you. And let you have anything on your background. It's a wrap for you. Oh man, well you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, man. You know how many people come at me about having the breathalyzer in my car? I got to the point. That's another reason I got you. I got tired of getting on YouTube and had to record in my car. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of breathing in, people picking on me. I'm like, you know, I'm human too. I'm sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Hurt my feelings. I'm like, dang, bro, man, I made a mistake. They like, well, you got to I don't want to hear what you got to say, man. But anyways, Nicki Minaj got dirt on her name. She's bad for this. Nicki Minaj, and listen to her name, Nicki Minaj. What's a Minaj, y'all? Menage a trois, threesome. Nicki is bad for business. She's bad for business. So her coming out talking about it, yeah, it's gonna turn heads. People gonna hear it, but people ain't gonna care. Only way people gonna care, you gotta make them scared of their kids. It's gonna happen to their kids. You gotta be like, hey, there's a satanic cult coming for your kids. They're in your schools. And it has to be from a bald-faced white man that the world loves. And he can't just be a YouTuber. He gotta be on tour. Like the monks walking for peace. Thing is, people just want to say it because it's viral. Them monks, they not a good example either, because if them monks start talking, this walk for peace ain't about to do nothing. Ain't nobody about to be peaceful. None of that stuff. Them monks just walk and hurt their daggone feet, and they about to go somewhere and be bald head. You know what I'm saying? They not about to go. They ain't do nothing. They ain't saw no peace. They just walked and hurt their feet, and made a lot of people famous along the way. Everybody want to take pictures with them. But you need a bald-faced white dude who's good-looking, who the world can get behind. If you really want them to feel it, society has to feel it, and they have to believe it. A lot of people don't believe it. When you talk about that satanic child stuff, people look at you like, what? And you can show them all the proof. It's just so over the head, mind-blowing, that it throws them off. You know, y'all talking to a man who literally put his life in blood, sweat, and tears into this, and got to the end and seen that I lost. And that was a hard pill to swallow, y'all. I remember the day I lost, man. I was telling the dude about this stuff, how they all Satanists, and the dude looked at me and was like, I don't care. I'm like, dang. And another person in the room was like, I don't care either, Dwayne. And I'm like, this is what I'm fighting against. And y'all the reason why the world gonna end. That's what I said too. But you lose, bro, and it hurt to lose. It really hurt to lose and understand that it's the people don't care, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to get them to believe something so far-fetched. Even with the Epstein stuff, a regular person on the street gonna see it and be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that they failed to do with the Epstein thing. They failed to make you feel emotional about it. If they found a way to make middle-aged white women scared and upset, it will work. The R. Kelly trials, they made you feel emotional about it. They made you hate R. Kelly. The O.J. Simpson trials, they made you hate O.J. Simpson. This Epstein stuff, he's dead. That's why they killed him off. You know, he's still alive, but he's dead. In my opinion, I think he's still alive. But the media talks about this and it's how they talk about it. The social engineering is real. It's very real. It is so real to the fact that where whatever they say goes. You have to make them feel emotionally about this. Right now, you're just saying, oh, satanic, and they sacrificing kids, and they don't feel it. You gotta make them feel it. You gotta have some women crying. You gotta have the people upset. The way they get your emotions with ICE is perfect example of why Nicki Minaj sent out a tweet ain't gonna do nothing. How they make you feel emotional with ICE. They might get some actors and show some white men acting, snatching away a little Mexican boy from his mama and daddy. They might get, you know, some actors play a role like he actually killed a woman in the middle of the street through a protest. That's how you do it. Right now, even though this Epstein stuff is 100% real, but how you gonna feel it? When Diddy came out, right? Why do y'all think they released a video of Diddy beating Cassie? Why? They released it to get an emotional feel to it, to make you hate Diddy, to make you look at him like this man's a monster, right? Because without that video, the cases is done. Without that video, what can they do? Without that video, what can they say? You know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing without that video. It's all about emotional. Y'all gotta understand the psychological attack on the brain to get this stuff to process. This Epstein stuff is never gonna fly over as long as people don't care. And you gotta get the people to care. That's why they talk about it so freely. And think about it. We just dropped 3.5 million pages on Epstein files. Here you go. There was no woman. If The View talked about it, and they had women crying, and they had people upset, and they showed, and the entire, I'm gonna tell you how it's supposed to have happened. The rollout for the Epstein files to get the people to care. You gotta get The View. You have to have, like when 9/11 happened, it got quiet. I remember being 12 and it got quiet, like the world got quiet. A moment of silence. Then there was anger. They showed Triple H being mad. I really say Triple H because that's one of my most famous memories of that situation. Was Triple H getting upset saying we're going to get them. You have to get the fear of the people in it. So The View was supposed to talk about it. They're supposed to show women crying. There's supposed to have been a conglomerate of a bunch of men and women around on a nationally televised show going through the files and women crying and upset, and they need to show anger, and they need to show there should have been a rally of people just upset about, are you angry about the Epstein files? We're angry about it. We need this arrested. And they need a face of a person to lead this, a face of a person to lead the anger. And there need to be multiple faces around to lead it, to lead that. This Epstein this Epstein shakedown. You know, that's how you win the people over. There needs to be multiple celebrities talking about it where they're upset and they're angry. There need to be that one guy said, I couldn't even get through it. Like, imagine LeBron James. I couldn't even get through the Epstein files. I read through them and I was hurt, and I really think that there needs to be something fun for this. And everybody that's mentioning it, we need to take this from them. Then they have to see that emotion. You know, they should have made it to where, hey, the Epstein files is dropped. Everybody needs to read this. There's no school tomorrow. This is a very serious topic. The same thing where they did with, just watch the plays. How they do with COVID and how they doing it with ICE. Those are some of the most, I admired what they did with COVID. One of the best, well thought out plays. It had some bad spots here and there, but COVID was a master class of psychology on American people, and I applaud it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of stuff I want to get into. I ain't gonna lie, I want to be CIA. You know what I'm saying? But I want my own. You know what I mean? But that's how the rollout for the Epstein file should have worked. Is that nobody's never going to care because the rollout's bad. You know, the rollout, and you don't have enough women crying. You have to go for the middle. You got to get the white woman on your side. The white woman runs America, all right? She's going to be comfortable at all costs because our infrastructure is the white man. The majority of your police officers are white people. Your military is majority white. These guys are not about to be having their wives upset. So if you want to really get this world to where you need to be, you got to get the white woman on side. And Nicki Minaj's tweet is not going to be enough. Yes, I seen it. Yes, I'm glad she put the information out there. But are people going to believe it? No, because it's a tweet. You know, and then she's demonic herself. And then she has all that stuff on her. Her brother being a pedo, you know, her husband on the list. You automatically kick yourself out from the argument. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the issue comes in at with Nicki. And I seen those tweets. I seen her talking about it. And then they can say she's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because Kanye West talked about them JEWS's for a while. What they say he was crazy. They kicked Kanye West off. They kicked him off of the internet. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this all boils down to, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I seen the tweets. I seen what she was saying. But we want to talk about the Epstein files as well and what's going on with them. And we'll have to do another independent video. You know, I seen them. I read through them. You know, but y'all got to understand, I've been studying this stuff for years. I've been doing about Epstein and all this other stuff. I've been doing about that. Matter of fact, they ain't even talking about the Sanhedrin. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even looked him up. They're not even talking about, there's four, y'all, do y'all know there's like 7 other Epsteins out there? 7. He's not the only one. There's 7 more of those. Probably like, I wouldn't even say there's more than 7, but I do know of 7 more Jeffrey Epsteins where they blackmailing you, getting your information, and controlling the world, you know, with money and all the other stuff. And a lot of the stuff in the Epstein files is fake, man. Lots of fake, you know what I'm saying? And here my thing is, why can't we get the raw, uncut dope? Why they give me cut dope? Well, I don't want to see them black boxes, and I don't want to see, what's it called? I don't want to see them black boxes. All the emails don't need to be edited out. I don't want to see none of that. I want to see uncut dope. Uncut. I want the dope uncut. I want the dope fresh off the brick. And they gave me some cut dope. They gave me them black boxes. They gave me all this other nonsense. And it's just aggravating. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is really aggravating. You know what I'm saying? But we have to do an independent video on the Epstein stuff. You know what I'm saying? To care, to worry. And you only do that by getting the women to worry. The white woman. No other woman matters in America. Black women don't matter. I'm not saying that personally. I'm just saying to the powers that be, they don't care about them black women upset. Only time they care about black women upset is when they are mad about welfare, because we need some type of political thing pushed. It's all about politics, y'all, and political agendas. But the next video we'll talk about the Epstein files. We'll get into it. But I really had to put my insight onto this Nicki Minaj tweet release thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working on a Bad Bunny breakdown. I should be doing that tonight. I'm gonna put the audio on it tonight. Not a breakdown. Just talking about why he. I didn't know he was that wild. That dude wild. Like that dude wild. You know what I'm saying? But y'all bitch, I be safe. I'm out, man. That's all I gotta say.